unfortunately, I didn't fix the start for all the things. Alright, this is the one. No, I was too early anyways. I'm glad I died. So I started uploading, so like, right, I've been uploading videos fairly regularly to YouTube, as in 3 days a week for a couple months now. And they don't do great, right? They average 20-ish views maybe, which honestly, whoever those 20 people are, I appreciate you. You know what? Honestly, it's impressive that I'm even reaching anybody. So, you know, that's pretty neat. But I have like vidIQ, which I highly recommend if you're doing any type of content creation to download and add, or if you're just like statistics on YouTube. It's a great app to have. It like gives you like inputs and on like tags and video and social media interaction, and it's good. And so like I have like a little dashboard when I log on to YouTube that tells me how many views I've gone in the last like day and last hour, or in the last 2 days and the last hour. And normally I log on, it's like 20, 40, you know, and then it like, because it's all about like gaining the amount of views. Then I also have an hours watched in the last year, because those are like the requirements that you need for oh, and then like subscribers, those are like the requirements you need to like YouTube partner. And I logged on today and I started uploading YouTube Shorts because they've actually made it super easy with the clips. And it's wild. It's like one video that like I'll like put like 100 tags in, schedule consistently, you know, do a like thumbnail for, like, we're looking, like I said, like 20 views, right? And then I do a short that I literally just like take from Twitch, quote unquote edit it so it looks better on a portrait mode, upload it to YouTube, default like name, and it gets like 1,000 views in an hour. I'm like, this is why people are doing shorts, like, because the reach is just that much greater. It's wild. Like, it's cool, you know, and now I have like an easy system that works, but it's kind of fascinating that's like that's the kind of difference. But you know, that short form content, it's what we're living off of. I don't know why I'm having so many issues with this shell jump. I think I'm like getting in my head about the roof. They keep hitting that, and then I'm like, I can't get ahead of this guy. My brain's got too many factors in it, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm messing it up. Got water, right? I did. Then I left it. Oh, the invisible ceiling. Can't even see the spikes up there. You just have to assume that they're up there. That's not very fair. I like tried to think that one through. Did not. Clearly did not. Just. Oh, you're good. You've been bamboozled by the post lady. Bamboozled by the post office. In the worst kind of way. Dramatic. I think, like, anything with, like, a set of rules is tricky. I really gotta start, like, writing down conversation things, or I'll just do, like, what did I do? I did a speed run. I did, like, a Strider speed run where I had a chance to, like, 100 questions early on, and that was pretty fun. I wonder if it would, like, change. But, anything, like, traveling is annoying. Because like TSA, you like traveling, like hopping on a plane and going somewhere is not stressful. Going through airport security, dealing with ticketing, all that stuff, anything that's like overly bureaucratic is frustrating, because it's like there's a bunch of these like people that can just basically have this like undefined power. That's just like, oh, you don't have this form filled out? Get wrecked, son. And it's like, and it's like, you don't even know the form because it's only uploaded on one like semi-internal, semi-external website. And it's like, and it's like, really? Really? Like you physically can just put this there and it'll do the thing. But because of this thing, I can't. Like Futurama, right? I used to honestly be an advocate of bureaucracy. I was like, bureaucracy creates a system in which we all know how to process and function, and and it like creates trust. And like, I think that is the idea behind bureaucracy. It's like communism, right? It's like, theoretically it works, but then as soon as you actually put into practice, it doesn't, And it's like, yeah, no, this is no good. Like, on paper, maybe you did a good job, but it's like, I am pro-process, I think there are things, like from everything, right? There's a stand-up comedian recently. There's actually some good stand-up comedians on base last weekend. I've, like, seen their YouTube clips, and I was like, man, I wish I was paying better attention, because I actually maybe would have attended. Because, like, one of them's, like, this, queer woman that I'm like, oh, she's kind of funny. She's kind of, like, PG-ish. I can't remember her name, though, but, like, I saw her, she was, like, the headliner one. And it's like, oh, man, I've seen you on Instagram before. Like, wild to have, like, that world, like, in her lap in that sense. Like, what a tour. But, oh, man. USO is about to do, like, their world tour show, which usually they get, like, a pretty good headliner. I don't know who's doing it this year. But, it's usually, like, there's always, like, it's people who want to, like, either just, like, try something, or they're, like, actually trying to use it for their own publicity, so they're doing it as, like, I support the troops thing. And then we've honestly got some wild ones every now and again, like, I think, you get, like, comedians and, like, rockers. Like, I remember there was, like, Robin Williams went to, like, Iraq, which is, like, wild. That was, like, a really cool video. But yeah, when I was in Bahrain, it was a lot of country singers, But then we also had, I think, like, Pitbull came, which was, like, wild. There was, like, somebody of, like, that style of, like, pop rap that, like, showed up. And it was, like, wild. And it's like, oh, that one might be fun. Mr. Worldwide. I mean, that was such a good meme, Mr. Worldwide. We were in France, in Paris, outside Paris, and, we were, like, watching, we were, like, in an Irish bar in France, drinking German beer, watching, like, the English play football, like, soccer, and, like, we're like, look at us, Mr. International over here. Like, worldwide, just all in one spot. One of my sailors was like, hey, is the UK a country? I'm like, well, it's many countries, but also it is a country. It's a complicated question. But, Mr. International. I was telling my grandma about all the word games I was doing, because she does them. And I think that's, like, a good sign, right? Like, that's a good sign of, like, mental health, or maybe it's a bad sign of mental health. But a good sign of, like, mental cognitiveness is doing the daily games. But I was telling her about how I do Worldle. She's like, yeah, that's good, because you've, like, been places. I'm like, yeah, that definitely helps. Because, like, I have a relevancy to it, Because it's like, honestly, it's like, alright, I know Italy is south of Germany because it is... I was about to do something weird. Because I've driven from southern Germany to Italy. I, like, know where Netherlands is and, like, how it kind of looks because I've been to, like, western and eastern... Alright. There we go. Ah! Progress, though. Oops. Progress, moving forward. It's theremin. So in high school, what's the opposite of progress? Congress. Yes. You got it. Yeah. I jumped into that. I literally jumped into that. But in high school, our marching band did a, what year was that? Junior? No, that must have been sophomore year. We did we always went, the funny thing is, and I actually really appreciate this in hindsight, we always kind of went for entertainment over execution. And there is a proper way to do it. I'm sure maybe you've seen some of, like, the really cool, like, college marching bands that do, like, the really, like, silly, fun things, the really impressive movements, you know? They do a good job at, like, entertaining and technicality. But in high school, you kind of end up where it's, like, you know, you get band teachers that are either really into, like, doing technicality, or, like, you're always gonna be wearing the marching uniform, and you gotta, like, hit these, like, crazy formations and stuff like that. And then you'll have other ones that are like, yeah, as long as we kind of get close, and it sounds good or it looks cool, we'll be fine. And so that's kind of where we were at in high school. No, that sucks. So my freshman year, we did a Danny Elfman, Willy Wonka, aka the Johnny Depp version of Willy Wonka. So we had, like, the crazy ones, and there's, like, a rap in that one, like an Oompa Loompa rap. It's not a great movie if you haven't seen it. It's kind of wild. So one of our guys, he could beatbox pretty good, and so he got a whole beatboxing solo. He was a unicorn, though. He was our first chair tenor player. Really good looking dude. Was, like, varsity track, I think. So he was loved by the band nerds because he was really good at saxophone, really musically inclined. He was, we had a few of these at my school. We had, like, one or two every year. Honestly, which is really impressive. You know, we just had a school full of unicorns, in my opinion, then at that point. But, he, was, like, varsity cross country or varsity track or something. Was, like, set in, like, triple jump records, something like that, I think. And then, was, like, a beatboxer. And so, like, the whole school knew him and really liked him. And he was, like, a straight A student. Like, that kid got into whatever college he wanted in life. But yeah, he got to, like, go and do a beatbox solo in the middle of our Willy Wonka set, where it was, like, we had, like, these giant, like, lollipops and stuff that we built, and it was pretty neat. And then sophomore year, we did a sci-fi theme, which I really liked. And so part of the reason I'm actually, like, a sci-fi nerd is because of our band director. Because I wasn't super, like, I had grown up and, like, you know, like, Phantom Menace came out, and I, like, saw that in theaters. I was like, I love Star Wars. Duel of the Fates, this is incredible. Pod racing? And then you got Attack of the Clones, and you're like, where's the pod racing? Where's Darth Maul? What the heck is this? Why is this guy not, like, sand? Like, you know? And then, like, the third one, you're like, oh, this is kind of neat. Oh, my God. Darth Vader. And, the high ground. Oh, that was dumb. But, yeah. So, like, that was really, like, the extent of my sci-fi. But, like, one of my best friends like his dad was super into Star Trek, so like we would watch Star Trek at his dad's house. Like he was so into Star Trek that his middle name is a Star Trek character. Like, so it's just like there wasn't much of an option. Like we were gonna be watching Star Trek over there. And but like up until that point, I really hadn't been that involved with like sci-fi at all. I was really into Harry Potter, you know, I was a millennial and J.K. Rowling wasn't an outed turf yet, so you know, it was acceptable for the time. But yeah, so I was like really into Harry Potter and really into video games, and I was like Mario, Zelda, and then that was like high school area, so I was like really into Black Ops at that time because you had to be. And zombies, like, come on, like you should always be happy. And then I was super into vampires, but that started in like middle school. I was like reading all the books, and yeah, even Twilight, even Vampire Diaries, I was doing it all. I was just super into vampires. Really awkward though. My mom like knew I was really into vampires, and she had like heard of this new show. And she knew like it was like rated the higher, but I don't think she really realized why. And so she's like, yeah, we're gonna start this as a new family show. That vampire show, True Blood. I don't know if you've ever seen episode 1, but one, it's extremely gory, which is like fine for a family show for us, you know, like we watched Game of Thrones together eventually, but like as an adult, once we really started watching that together. But or like we'd talk about, and then like when I was living in San Diego for that brief period during good old season 7, whatever the last one was, upset. But yeah, True Blood is like a lot of people just like sleeping and like absolutely getting railed at like high speed by vampires. And it's like, I was like, I don't know, 12, maybe 13 or something when like True Blood came, maybe older, I don't know. But it was definitely like old enough to be like, this is not a family show that we should be watching together. This is weird. And yeah, we never watched any more True Blood after that. But yeah, so we end up, I think it was the year before always, like they would figure out kind of what we were doing next year, because like they had to get props together and volunteers. And it was like a long process. So it's like we left freshman year, and our band instructor was like, all right guys, we're gonna do sci-fi next year. I'm gonna kind of like show you like what we're working on. We had this guy, it was like he pushed students, you know, a little too far, probably in a unhealthy way towards like music. Not our band director, this other guy, and was kind of a douche about it, to be honest. And but he used to do all of, like the writing and stuff, and he was like really good at it, honestly. And then he had like help with like the patterns, and like in hindsight, there's like a lot of lessons learned, you know. But like I'm a kid and you're an adult is kind of like the thing you gotta remember in those situations. So it's like, you know, like, was I being as mature as I possibly could have been in those situations in which he was a dick? No, but also I was a kid and you're an adult, so like you should never drop to my level. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the shit that would happen. And anyways, so like he had like what's the word I'm looking for? He had like assemble, isn't the word? Arrange is the word I'm looking for. He had like arranged the music for the next year, and so we like got a sample of it on like whatever, you know, sound software we're using, so it's like fake instruments. And so he was like, yeah, we're gonna do it based off like the day the earth stood still, Star Trek, and Doctor Who. And I was on Tumblr at that time and had already started watching like Supernatural thanks to it, and I'd already fallen in love with Sherlock because I was a huge Anglophobe back in high school. I was just like watching British like YouTubers like Siobhan. She used to have a show, pre-college humor. Actually, I think she was the original. Did I say phobia? I meant philia. Anglophile. Anglophilia. Yeah, not phobia. Yes, my bad. Yeah, Anglophile. Yeah, I was not scared of British people. I was madly obsessed with them. I was like, I want to be British. So that's why I got really into tea at that time. But yeah, Siobhan of College Humor. She's been on like D20 and stuff. She used to run a show called Anglophilia or Anglophile or something like that. on YouTube. And that's actually how I got to know her. And it might have been a College Humor thing or something, or maybe that's how she got kicked off. I think she might have taken it over, because I kind of remember there being like a transition of hosts. I don't remember if she was the original or the second one. But like I obsessively watched that. I was really, and because I was like into British, like I was inadvertently kind of into Australian too, because they're like British light, you know? I know the Aussies are like, oh, I can't believe you said that. It's like, dude, you have a place called Queensland and still have the Queen on your flag. You still have the Union Jack on your flag. So until you like ditch all of that, you guys are still British light in my mind. Like we can argue about Hawaii later and the fact that they have the Union Jack, but that was for actual bamboozling, so it's more acceptable. We left that guy behind. But yeah, so I hadn't watched, like, so, you know, Super Hulock was the Tumblr thing of the era. Bamboozling is a naval term, for those who do not know, in which you fly false colors to bamboozle somebody into thinking that you're another one. But it was technically illegal, so you couldn't fire guns under false flags, because that was illegal. But it was legal to fly false flags to do deception, aka bamboozling of other ships. And we just kept the term for anybody who, like, you know, tricks anybody. But yeah, it's a nautical term. And so if you look at the Hawaiian flag, it has like the Union Jack, and it's got like a bunch of different stripes and colors on it. And the reason was like when Australia, when Hawaii was like kind of an independent, when it was an independent territory pre-statehood, and it was flying its own colors on its ships and stuff. They didn't want to be shot at by, like, the British thinking they were English, and they didn't want to be shot by the Americans thinking that they were British, so they, like, ended up having, like, a flag combined with both and a bunch of other people in other Polynesian countries sharing colors. So that way when people would, like, look at their flag, they'd be like, who is that? I don't think we should shoot them, because we don't know who they are. They might be an ally. So at least that's the story I've been told behind why the Hawaiian flag looks the way it does. Because, yeah, it does not look like... Imagine Hawaii, that's not what the state flag looks like. It's got a Union Jack on it, so... But, But yeah, so, finally, I was like, alright, let's binge, Doctor Who. And so Weplong and a group of us were like, we went over to his mom's house, and we, like, just were like, we're gonna binge watch Doctor Who. Not the original, though, because at this time, it was popular again, because it had just been rebooted on the BBC. And Christopher Eccleston, Dr. Nine, he's also in 30 Days After Tomorrow? What's that one? 30 Days Later? That's a zombie movie, right? He's like in that. He's also in this other movie that I was semi-obsessed with. That's like a fantasy movie that nobody's ever seen. I think it's called, like, Rider. I think it's based on a book. He's also the Dark Elf in Thor Dark World. But yeah, so he was the 9th Doctor. And that was out in, I think, 1 or 2 seasons of David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, my favorite Doctor, had been released. And so we're like, all right, let's, maybe only 1. So we're going to binge watch, like, 2 seasons over the weekend. So we, like, did what Wept and I always did, which was buy red vines and bake cookies and just eat those with some people over and just binge watch Doctor Who. And the thing is, if you guys know Doctor Who, it's got this theme song. And it's like, what? I'm trying to, like, do it in my... that was not a good impression of it at all. But, it's a theremin. That's what I'm getting to. It's a theremin. And so, that was bad. Thank you, Wept. Came in just in time. I'm talking about when we binge-watched Doctor Who before we were marching it in band. Yeah. It's good. That was really good, yeah. And so, yeah, I got really into Doctor Who then. Wept was our drum major that year. And so we, instead of wearing the instead of wearing the traditional, and this is what I was going back to. So for marching band, right, we were in the entertainment industry of marching band, not in the technical side. And so instead of wearing the traditional like marching band ones, which we had, we wore them for parades mostly. Like your traditional, you look like a Three Musketeers like uniform. Um, they kind of sucked, honestly, because like we had like these plastic hats that would squeeze my big ass head, and you like it would restrict your breathing, which is like really important while you're trying to play an instrument. And but yeah, so instead of that, we opted to wear, we all had to pay for and we all bought, and like, you know, families that were quote unquote struggling or were struggling. That was mean of me to say quote unquote. Basically, like, we were in a pretty well off area, to be honest. Like, you know, and they're like $30 shirts. But, they would like, we all had bought these shirts, so we all had where it was like, the drum majors and the section leaders all got yellow, which is the captain's color. And then all the sophomore and juniors, the normal uniforms fucking sucked. Holy shit. Valid, honestly. Like, yeah. And they weren't warm. It was like a lot of clothes, and they were hot when it was hot, and they were freezing when it was freezing. So it sucked doing like Halloween parade and Christmas parade because they did not keep you warm. And then they suck to do in the summer. Yeah, like, and they sucked in the summer because they didn't breathe. So we'd be like standing, it'd be like so hot, and like, you know, October, first half October is like 70, 80 degrees. And then, and then we'd be like, I see you on this field for like hours standing out in the sun, and then go back. And then, yeah, it was horrible. Do I remember the show we did during the freezing rain? Honestly, I think I trauma blocked it, and then you've unlocked it. I actually do remember, because that was, I think we were on the high school field, because that was a football halftime show, I think, right? Because that wasn't for a competition. That was just like a halftime show that we did. And yeah, it was Colorado, and it's like, you know, it was supposed to be like a fine day. Oh, was it? Oh, it must have been out. Yeah. Because it's like, I remember us being soaking wet afterwards. And I remember it not being enjoyable, and none of us had fun. And then also we got judged horribly. We never did well in those competitions because we went for entertainment, not technicality. You know, like, honestly, like, I think there was like, we wanted to be semi-technical, but like, it really like was not good. Yeah. And, yeah, right? Because, like, we were all out of step. Like, half the sound was bad. Like, it was not good. And then, like, our props, like, were going to get ruined, so we ended up not doing, like, half of them. And then, like, we couldn't figure out, like, do we plug in the theremin? My year was his last year. Yeah. Which, that was, like, yeah. I have a story about that, too. But yeah, because anyways, yeah, so we were doing Doctor Who, right? And, yeah, we needed a theremin, so we were a marching band with a theremin. And yeah, during that show, we had to, like, figure out if we could plug it in, because it was, like, they were, like, scared that we were gonna short circuit. I think we ended opting not to use it. So then we had, like, awkward silence that was, like, the theremin solo for Doctor Who. It was just weird. It was just weird. I think that whole thing was weird. Like, it was a wild time, but, you know, we did it. But yeah, and then I think it was both sophomores and juniors were in blue shirts, which are like doctors. And then we had all the freshmen in red shirts, and those who know about red shirts and, Star Trek, we ended up killing them all in the middle of our show. So we had a giant robot, from the day the Earth stood still that would come out. Yellow is command, blue is science. Yeah. Same, right? Yellow is the captain, blue is doctor, and yeah. Same, but different. Because I just remember McCoy always wearing blue, and, always, not Picard. Chris Pine. Kirk, yeah. And what's his face, who did the Orbits commercials. Not Sean Connery. What's that guy's name? Goran, I do not speak Klingon like that. Who's the original Kirk? What's that guy's name? But hello and welcome, Goran. Shatner, William Shatner. Yeah. I always think it's, wait, what did I say the first time? Did I say it wasn't him? Good old Willie Shatner. Shatner, I just met her. Wait, what? Who's the hot shingles lady? Dude. No! I almost soft locked again. The abort sequence from the day the Earth stood still? Uru? No. Sean Connery. Sean Connery. The reason why I always think William Shatner is Sean Connery, because Sean Connery has that, like, lisp thing, you know? Like, lay tits now. And so my brain just, like, thinks, like, when I think of Shatner, my brain just imagines Sean Connery saying it. I don't know why. Yeah. It's a weird connection, but it happens. Connection just broke for me? How'd it break? I haven't done it yet for today. I did one category, I think. Yeah, so during the Earth stood still, like, we have, the robot, like, coming. Like, we had a crash-landed, spaceship with the giant alien came up during its sequence. And then we did, like, a Space Invaders formation where we, like, go back and forth and pretend to shoot it. And then we just slowly, during that, we'd have all the freshmen just bail out and, like, die. And you had, like, all the trombone players was, like, they put the trombone on their shoulder and be like, kaboom! And they're, like, screaming. I'm like, I don't think anybody in the audience could hear it, but we could hear it. And then we had Devin. I won't drop her last name for sanity, but she used to do the scream. That was when I had realized I had hit puberty, because in like elementary school, I used to be able to do that, like, generic blood-curdling squeal that you'd hear on, like, TV and movies. And then, like, sophomore year, they're like, hey, who can do that? And I was like, oh, I can do that. And then I went to try and do it, and I couldn't even make a sound at that vocal range. I was like, I can do it. And I, like, and then nothing came out, and I was like, oh my, and that was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life right there, was when I volunteered myself thinking I could do something and then could not do it. And I learned a lesson that day, which was, don't volunteer yourself for things that you haven't tried in a while. Don't sign up for potlucks on food that you haven't cooked in a while either. You know, you gotta try it, you know, before you just, like, sign up for, same lesson. I got one category, then it froze. I didn't click on anything, so you refresh now. It says I have 0 out of 4. So retry the one I got. It says you already have that. Well, that's confusing. That's unfortunate. That's gonna be weird. Gotta do incognito mode now. I did not let that guy come back, did I? Nope. But say, Gordon, how have you been, friend? Lovely to see you here. Long time no see. I haven't seen The Day the Earth... I've seen the remake. I haven't seen the original, and I barely remember the remake. I, like, know the premise. But it's, like, it's definitely not a referenceable movie. So, Wept, I hit it all right? It was Doctor Who... Oh, yeah. Drum Major. So Wept was our command. He was, like, Captain Kirk. And then one of our other drum majors, she would break out of... Actually, I think 2 of you, right? Both you and other drum major were both just Star Trek. And then our other drum major, she would come out of the TARDIS. Because we had a TARDIS as the podium for our drum majors, which was really cool. And she came out as Baker, which was the 4th Doctor, which was really cool. So we had like our two, like we had our commanders, and then we had our Doctor. And yeah, it was really fun. It was a really good show. It was a really fun year. Been okay. How you've been? That was also the year I believe I did Grease. Yeah, it was, because Wept, you were still there. Wept was in Grease Lightning, or in Grease, and I specifically remember you in Grease Lightning, the song. I'll put that out for the world to know. I've been good. If I didn't answer that question, I can't remember. I've been very busy, you know, life and whatnot. If you do want to, like, know everything that's happened in the last 2 years, I did do, like, a 2 hours pre-first stream of doing a, like, catch-up, and that's uploaded on YouTube. If you ever want to, like, go back, all the VODs are uploaded. But yeah. What's new, Sagorn? Anything? Same old, new days? How's the fam? Yeah, I got, have you, spoilers, oh yeah, I don't remember what the drum piece was either, actually. I got shirts, spoilers for, connections. Yeah, I think the yellow one. I got 3 out of 4 on another one. And not really sure what that is. Close Adventures. Yeah, no idea. Close Encounters? Close Adventures? I don't know what that is. No idea. I don't think we ever watched that. Anybody ever seen Ghost Stories, the anime that they decided not to get localization or just dub based off the animation alone? It's so bad it's good. It's like so bad that people upload clips of it. Yeah, we should watch it. Yeah, where people upload it and people are like, wow, they edit it because it seems abridged. I love abridged. It's so bad. It's basically an abridged without being an abridged. Also, rip Hellsing abridged. I waited for that Halloween like 4 or 5 years ago for them to release their Hellsing abridged because it was an annual thing. Every Halloween, they'd announce a new one and do it. And then they had a Halloween and they didn't announce they weren't doing it. And I just sat around waiting for it to come and it never came. Whoops! That's annoying. Haven't gotten a raise in almost 3 years? That stinks, dude. About to move in the next few years? I hope the move goes well and that you find somewhere or get something going well. Job and moving wise. Moving can be stressful. I recently, a year and a half ago, moved to Spain. It was pretty smooth, more or less. It was a little crazy, actually, I will say. I'm gonna be like, it was really smooth, and Delia's gonna be like, are you crazy? Because it was like, I was told I was moving to Italy, and then, I got promoted, and then they're like, haha, JK, they don't want you in Italy at that rank, we're gonna take you in Spain. It's like, oh, okay. And that happened while I was on deployment, so I was in, like, the middle of the ocean in somewhere in the Pacific, and then, I, like, got back from that, and then they're like, okay, you have 3 months to get all your stuff together, and, leave, and, yeah, get everything packed up, and, yeah. And also, during that 3 months, I know you just got back from deployment, but we're gonna spend 3 or 4 weeks of that out to sea, and, oh, by the way, your grandma's gonna come out and visit you, and your little brother's gonna come out and visit you, and Delia's gonna come out and visit you, which I appreciate all of them, and they were good trips. And, but man, was it, like, crazy. It was a crazy time, indeed. And then it was, like, it was just the same stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm leaving on this day, I'm leaving on this day, my pack out's on this day, I can't be here for anything. And then they're like, no, you have to be here on those days because we just scheduled this thing last minute. And I was like, dude, I told you a month ago I can't be here for that day. Like, honestly, Square Bunny, well, hello there. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm remembering how much I hated that interaction and that happened, with like the whole like we're not gonna support your like pack out thing. I now understand why like my sailors like we really appreciate you like giving us the time to like go move in and stuff. You have 7 more hours to be boots again. What's that mean? Bonk. What's that mean? But yeah, so moving can be stressful. So I hope it goes well. I hope you find somewhere good to move. You're a Boots before you change to Score Bunny. I don't know if I remember Boots, the name. I remember Score Bunny. What's leading the change? I can get through this really easily, and I don't know why I'm having a rough time. Like, we should be through this level by now, honestly. Allison, hello, beautiful. Welcome back. It was my official name. Oh. I don't really know what that means. Have you guys seen Puerto Rican Dora the Explorer on Instagram? I love Score Bunny, become of the bunny. Yeah, no, it's very good. Yeah, Score Bunny's great. I'm always a love of, you love PR Dora? Yes. Right? So funny. You've seen her with, like, the big ripped swole Dora, too? I love the absurdity. She has, like, the marine, she's, like, hella fit. And, so she just, like, does, like, crazy stuff dressed as Dora. And then, like, turns into, like, Puerto Rican slang. And it's very, very good. Honestly, who here's seen the Dora live action? That movie. I remember the trailers coming out. Boots is your favorite character from Boots? What is Boots? The musical? No, that's Sexy Boots from Dora. Oh, yeah. Boots is great in Dora. No, you're good. Kinky Boots. That's what I'm thinking of, right? That's the musical. Not Sexy, Kinky. But the live action's wild. If you guys haven't seen it, it was, I think, on Netflix or Disney. But like it's 100% making fun of itself. Like it is, like, I don't really know who the audience was for it. Because it was like, oh, we're gonna make Dora. So anytime you're like, oh, we're gonna touch a children's IP, Kinky Booty. Is that what it said? Boots. Oh. Yeah, it's just the name of a musical. Oh, come on, man. Typo. Silly. So, like, there's a scene where it's, like, they're having breakfast. And, I don't remember what she says, but she's like, it's like a comedy cast. And so it's Dora, and they're like, all right, Dora, eat your eggs. And she says, can you say huevos? And then they're like, who is she talking to? And she's, like, looking at the, into, like, the camera. You know, because it's, like, how it, and they're like, oh, she'll just outgrow it. And that was the main, I love Wicked Broadway. I don't know how I feel about the movie. I saw Wicked in person in San Diego and absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was really well done. I like the, like, it doesn't affect the main storyline. It, like, enhances it, in a way. It's very good. And, but yeah, with Dora, it's a drug trip because it's very adult. Like, they end up doing shrooms at one point. It's like, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. But I find it humorous. I think it's just, like, worth watching just to, like, Yeah, it's they like are going for this like ancient treasure of locals, and then or they get high off poppies, kind of like in like Wizard of Oz style, or like I think they eat the mushrooms because they think it's fine, and then it goes into the animation style while they're high on mushrooms. And this guy's like, I'm so free, and he's a grown ass adult, and he like strips down and runs through the forest naked, like in front of like Dora, who's like a high school student. Diego's in there too, like he's like a main point into it. Yeah, it's just wild. Oh, and also like just to like put into context, right? You guys know when like in movies it's like a trope. When they're like traveling, they'll just do like the map line, like they show the map and then they'll just have like the plane like flying with like the red line, right? So they have that trope. And so she's like, they live in like Brazil or like in the Amazon in like Peru or something. And they're like, this isn't a place to like raise a daughter. We need to like put her in proper school in like LA. And so they like are moving to LA, and she's like, I don't want to move to LA. I'm gonna miss Boots. And hello, I'm talking about the Dora Explorer movie, which I know you love when I talk about. And yeah, it's sad. And then sorry, I'm taking my socks off. And you love it. It's just so wild, man. It's so wild. And so this is like 20 minutes in, maybe, if that. They're doing that like map scene, and there's just two penguins, like Anteater, like what Sancher is based off of, just boning doggy style on this map, like 100%. And it's like, I was like, oh, I paused it. I was like, did I see that right? Yeah, it was like, okay, this is the tone of this movie. And yeah, it's wild. Swiper's a fox. Like none of the animals like really talk. Like Swiper makes no sense. He looks like Crash Bandicoot. Like, yeah, it has. 2022 was my last stream, and 2021 was the last time I was streaming regularly. So it's almost been 3 years since my regular stream. It's like wild. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. That's wild. Yeah, I went to like go to Stream Tracker, which is like one of the good sites to use statistics. I like data, man. I got that kind of autism. Like the numbers. And Guilty, I used to check your Twitch page. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I kept the hiatus on there for a while, and like I kept it up, and you know, I kept updating emotes for followers and stuff even while I wasn't streaming. For those that who were followers, and you know, on the hopes that I'd come back and it wouldn't be too bad, and on all 2 of you that stayed subscribed for most of the 2 years that I was gone, much appreciated. You guys still got emotes throughout that whole time if you're hanging out. So there was like, you know, new ones. Oh, and then Wept. I don't think you were here last time. I did get a new emote approved. I am no longer in auto approval land because I have streamed so little. But yeah, I got a new yep, sure did. So that was a big thing. But yeah, so now we have a clap emote. A nice new animate emote. I have a few more animate emotes, so if you guys have ideas or things that you think would be a good emote for me, let me know. I'll probably make a few. Right now we got like a lurk. We got the like knife guy. Yeah, look at him. He's a little manatee walrus. I think he's a walrus. I think he's a walrus without the tusks, because he's got the mustache. Yeah, doing the claps. Probably a girl manatee. Girl manatees don't get the tusks? Yeah, very good. Yeah, I got all these new emotes. I got like 5 open ones, so. But I wanted a clapping emote, and I didn't want to do like a generic one, you know? I wanted to like, because originally I was just going to steal like the one that's everywhere to have. But then I was like, you know what? Let's see what I can do that's like sea creature wise. And I found that, and then I edited it and made it transparent. That's one of my least favorite things that happens in English. Edited it. Like, that's a word. Maury!
I like to sing.
Hello! Wow, that did not update. Maury! Welcome on in, Raiders. I hope you guys like to have fun, because that's what we're having over here. For those who haven't seen, it's been a while since we've seen this guy. You guys know? Are you guys ready for this? Hello all, I am the Pied Piper, and I play random instruments and all kinds of stuff. Gooch, hello! Come over here, come over here. To me, I got a secret. Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Say, Kazoo!
More kazoo.
Absolutely. Maury, you're my special friend. Thank you so much for raiding in. Hello and welcome on in, Raiders. We'll let all the hype come down a little bit. Who we got in here? Maury, thank you so much for the subscription, or for the raid. With 13,000 viewers, absolutely wild. Maury, Gooch, lovely to see you, my fellow society mod. Linzu Felanu, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome on in, you beautiful human being. Shorecat, hello and welcome in, you beautiful human being. Bet you Felanu, hello and welcome in, you beautiful human being. And thank you for the follows, all of you who followed, much appreciated. Did that double, yeah, that double hit. How annoying. I will redeem this. I love this goose. Whose is this? Gritty Goose. Very good, very good. That's the best welcome over? Ukulele song, I gotta go grab my ukulele. Look at this effort, I just stole a clip from a movie for my radar. Hey, I used to update this monthly to a bunch of different stuff, and now we do this. Dumb, hello. Welcome, I am back. The meeting was not completely intentional. I need to update the Stream Deck buttons. Because they're set to toggle instead of unmute, which is bad. But hello and welcome.
Give it up for...
That's the wrong webcam, how silly. Hello, I am here now. We're on stage. We're doing a ukulele song. All right, y'all. This is for Score Bunny, who requested you. Or sorry, for Score Bunny. So welcome on in, Raiders. For those that don't know me, I'm the Pied Piper. I am also a society mod, along with Maury and Magpie. Maury the Magpie, and the Gooch. The Goochier, aka just Gooch. I have been streaming since 2019, but I have taken 2 very long hiatuses. This isn't the uke song, this is just me playing and saying words. Over here, I consider myself a discovery streamer. And that might be a word that you've never heard before or something new to you. And what it means is that I'm out here trying to find you guys the craziest challenges and some of the fun things. And so what I do with that is I'm doing new speed runs all the time. I'm doing new kinds of challenges, all kinds of fun stuff. Skunk, hello, long time no see, friend. Some of the things that we've done on stream is Super Mario World Food Percent, where we do all the challenges in Super Mario World that are named after food, like Donut Plains. And when we beat it, we have to eat the associated food, like a donut. Or Butter Bridge, where you have to take a bite of a stick of butter. We've done stuff like Cream Percent, Katana Zero, where every hour of the game you have to consume one whole can of whipped cream, in which we currently hold the world record of that. We also did Cream Percent for another game. I don't remember. I think it was Super Mario World All Castles Run. I do a lot of Mario Maker from time to time, mostly on YouTube, actually. So if you guys are Mario Maker makers and want to have me play your levels, I'll play them on YouTube. You just gotta join the Discord and drop them in our Mario Maker channel. We drank the vanilla extract during the food percent run for Vanilla Dome. There are clips of that. That was horrible. Don't suggest. What else do we do over here? I play a lot of random instruments. You've already seen a kazoo. Now you guys are seeing a ukulele. I got a flute, an automaton. I got a didgeridoo. I got a melodica. I got a lyre. I got a kalimba. I got all kinds of stuff for you guys to come out and see. I make stuff on something that's a lot like Mario Maker. Does that count? Is it Mega Man Maker? Because I do those too. But yeah, that's who I am. I do a lot for charity streaming, and the most exciting news and the most interesting thing maybe about me right now is that you guys can catch me live January 9th on Games Done Quick for Awesome Games Done Quick 2025, where I'll be streaming at 7:10 a.m. Eastern Central Time, the speedrun Bzz, which is super exciting. But without further ado, we'll do an actual song. We'll do Song of Storms. Bro Bunny, thank you so much for redeeming that channel points. Guys, I have tons of channel points available. Make sure you guys are checking them out regularly. We do stuff for subs. We can challenge me. I can do speed runs. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Alright, I made sure to unmute myself properly this time. But guys, we're playing Watermelon World. We'll see if it shows back up by itself. Hopefully. Interesting. There it goes. Hello. Link. But yeah, we're playing this. I thought this was a blind playthrough. It turns out I actually played this offline sometime in the last couple years, but I didn't play it on stream, so I'm playing it on stream for you guys. This is made by a Brazilian creator, and it is got a lot of like nods to them. It is considered it is listed as a scammed. Did I miss something? Oh, of the beginning? That's a very good emote, though. I like that a lot, Gooch. This is where we were playing. Oh, scam by playing off stream. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, well, I was trying to, like, improve my, Mario Maker skills over the last, like, 2 years so I could come back and not suck. It didn't work. I've beat a lot of these, but, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm better, maybe. Maybe if I went back in time and, like, look at some of, like, what I was playing, you know, I could probably get through those, you know? But we're always gotta challenge ourselves, you know? Go for... So this is probably, even though it's listed as beginner, and if you read the reviews, it's, like, got, like, a 3.8 on SMW Central. But yeah, it's not too bad. My headphones are dying. And I was afraid of this when I'm constantly afraid of this, but we'll be alright. We'll figure it out. I got more headphones somewhere. And we got plenty of earbuds to figure out. It'll be an interesting change and challenge here when they die. But yeah, actually, Maury, I raided over to Frozen Flygon 2 days ago. Oh yeah, for everybody who just raided in, I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. On Tuesdays, we do speed runs, so I'm currently practicing in support of GDQ. On Thursdays, we call them Throwback Thursdays because we're playing these old ROM hacks in Super Mario World, which is a throwback, of course. So it's all ROM hacks. And then on Sundays is our wild card or our Slapdash day, or Slapdash Sundays, which we kind of go wild and free, in which you guys actually get to vote for what I play. So you guys can choose. It's mostly blind playthroughs, so a lot of games that I've never seen. Whoops. Which is exciting. We did Duck Detective, The Secret Salami this last Sunday. But if you guys are interested in voting, it's a Google form. And you guys can do, bang, Salami Bandits. Yeah, we had to catch them Salami Bandits. Red-handed. But yeah, it's a bang wildcard in chat. And you guys can vote on that Google form. You get you up to unlimited choices, and we just choose. Thanks, Celia. Or, oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, thanks, Celia. That was wild. The bot just knew. The bot heard me talking about it and did it. That was wild. Yeah. But also, thank you. Yeah, but you guys can hop in that Google form and vote, and whatever's at the top, I vote for. These are all games that, like, I've bought on Steam. You guys are helping me go through the Steam backlog. And I appreciate it. As I'm sure we all have one. And I thought I was doing really good on it, but then some, like, humble bundles, you know, got me in kind of, not a bind, but, you know, in a backlog again. Like, we were doing really good back when I was streaming consistently. We did a lot of, like, runoffs on stream in 2021. And we got through a lot of games, which was really fun and really enjoyable. I'm excited to be doing it again. But yeah, usually we do games that are like one playthrough, so I beat them in about 3 or 4 hours, so we do like one stream of them. There are a few games listed on there that are estimated to take about 7 hours, which I will not be beating in one stream. I'll be beating in 2 streams, so I'll do 2 Sundays in a row of those. But if you guys are like looking at some of the other games I've played, all my VODs are uploaded on YouTube at the Pipe Piper VODs. So if you're like, oh, I want to like see some of my old Mario Maker videos, or if you guys want to see new Mario Maker videos, you can check that out at the Pipe Piper Shorts. If you just search the Pipe Piper the same way as it is on my Twitch and YouTube, I should be the first 2 channels that come up. We hope. But, you know, at least it is for me, but I don't know how, like, Google be adjusting these searches, you know? I gotta do some incognito VPN, see if it's true for everywhere. But it's funny, honestly, like, Twitch searching, I think, has gone really bad since being back, because, like, I don't know. It's, like, all these extra categories, I know why they did it. I was here when they did it. But for those who haven't been on Twitch for a long time or streaming on Twitch for a long time, Twitch categories used to be limited to, like, I don't know, there's, like, 200 of them. So now you have people who have, like, I think I have, like, chill or, like, work lurk in mine. Like, you could just do, like, stuff that doesn't make sense, you know? I got, like, hacks and everything like that. But it used to be like that was like one of the main ways that you would search for people, but people kept getting upset because there wasn't enough categories, and Twitch kept like adding more and trying to make it better. And then they finally, basically it feels like they were just like, screw it, I'm just gonna do whatever, and I'm just gonna let you guys put whatever you want, and best of luck being searchable. And now, like, even when you search for stuff though, it's like people put games done quick in their thing. When you search games done quick, like, it doesn't come up. So I'm like, are these worth anything? There's a lot of new nuances to Twitch that I'm learning about. I asked Blue Sky, which I'm now on, you know, Twitter 2. It's not as trash. And also, you know who else is on Blue Sky? Super Mario Maker Society. So make sure you guys check me and the team out on Blue Sky. Shout out to Mori for helping get that all set up. And Mori, actually, much appreciated. You were actually the first... Wow, I forgot to do a big jump. You're the first raid since I've been back streaming, and I'm out of practice, and I forgot to shout you out. My apologies. There's like new shout out technology now. I'll figure that out later. We still got Twitch commands, you know? But yeah, guys, go check out Mori. Great ROM. Oh yeah, so I raided over to Frozen Flygon, who's playing Fresh Hops, which is one of Mori's hacks that they made. And it is really good. It's like, I was very impressed because I hadn't seen it. I do have it downloaded, but you'd have categorized them as intermediate, which intimidates me. But they're very impressive, and Frozen Flygon does a great job at them. I'm very excited, and I hope the bonus incentive for them gets met. I freaked out. We're so close. But yeah, so Mori does Mario Maker streams, ROM hack streams, does some what is it? Lunar Magic, which is the software creation of ROM hacks live. So that's always interesting to see how these are made. And it's always good to see, I'm gonna be honest, there are people who have some really bad ROM hacks out there and don't have like an idea of like level design or challenging or how to make something fair. And I think, Mori, you do a great job at that, and it's really enjoyable to watch you do that. Because like I was watching you the other day talk about like you're like moving thwomps around and you're trying to like go for an aesthetic, but also like, you know, you got to balance the aesthetics with the challenges. And it was really, I find it fascinating, and it's why I got into Mario Maker early on. I've been streaming. When I started streaming in 2019, as said, in January of 2019, and I mostly started streaming because I really wanted to get into speedrunning because of GDQ. And the thing that like skyrocketed me into it was 2018-2017's AGDQ at the time. They had Blackman78 and Jimmy Poopins do a or Darkman78. My apologies, that was weird. Did a live showcase of Strider for the NES, and basically it was like, it was a Ratatouille moment of anybody can speedrun, because Jimmy had never ever sped-ran Strider before, and had learned, they did like a 45-minute estimate, and in that 45 minutes he had learned how to speedrun the game. And yeah, anyone can speedrun, and anybody can speedrun. But yeah, in like a 45-minute estimate, they fully played the game, taught him how to speedrun. Yeah. Is that why you wear your hood? Yes. There's a rat that wants to speedrun. And that'd be so funny. I should get one. I've seen like the rats with the hair clips, and it's in the horn. Stop telling everybody. And then within like 5 minutes, they were able to, and then yeah, 45 minutes later, he was running it, and he actually scored not even like bottom of the leaderboard, which was really impressive. And I was like, oh my god, it's that easy? I should try it. And then I started, and then I was like, well, my friend had just gone really into streaming. She was streaming a lot of Fortnite at the time, and I was helping her out. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this thing out, you know, and I'll stream like first playthroughs, and like content for YouTube was always the goal. I was gonna, the director's cut of Link's Awakening was one of my earlier streams, because they had announced the Link Awakening Switch remake, and I was like, I'm gonna record this, take this content, and then do like a review video. They announced that thing so early that it was like 2 years later it finally came out. And it was absolutely wild, but it was like that, and then I was like, I'm gonna speedrun, you know. So I've stayed true. I'm doing the same content, you know, 5 years later, which is absolutely wild to even think about. And yeah, I started running Strider a lot, and actually that GDQ is crazy because if you guys don't know who Cool Kid is, he is the NES god gamer. Cool Kid has mostly streams and speedruns NES, and has boatloads of records, and just like so during GDQ he was like, oh wow, Strider's so easy to learn, let me try it out. And then while at GDQ, it was like him, I think Carl Sagan was there, a few other people were all in that like practice room, and they're trying new strats, and they actually found like a huge new strat for a game from the 80s. And this was, mind you, like 2018. So they found this crazy strat that shaved like a minute off of this already 5.5 minute run. And then they found another one that was like, or they knew of one, but it was really hard to hit. And Cool Kid, live at GDQ, like not live at GDQ, like not on the stage, but at GDQ in person on the practice computers, or on like the NES that was there, got the world record right now. That is like 3:27, I think. And here we are years later, and it still stands. Like the closest person I think that's gone it is Andre, and he's like still like 20 seconds behind or something, which is huge when we're talking about a less than 4-minute speed run. So it's absolutely wild. But yeah, my goal for the longest time was to get sub 4, and unfortunately I learned in a really good, oh my god, H is in chat, please, we finally got there. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, and it's just like crazy. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, that was a bad move. That was dumb. That was dumb. Thank you. Good H, Gooch. Okay. That was dumb. Okay. Oh, that was also dumb. Boo, that's you. Oh. I saw your message, Skunk. Noted. I know. Alright. How do we do this? How do we not be dumb? Hey. Whoops! Yeah, it's a little tiny door. It's a half door. The other door's behind. Yeah, it's a common thing. I don't... Mori might know. I know Mori's probably like, I just streamed and I'm like cooling off and dropped off. But maybe Gooch knows. Does anybody know why the doors? I think it's just an aesthetic thing from all I know. That's pretty common in Kaizo. Whoops. It's a ROM hacker thing, right? It's just like an aesthetic thing, right? It's just like, there's like, yeah. That's what I thought. I'm like, I think it's just like an aesthetic thing. It's just a thing. I'm like, I see it all the time. But... I'll learn this strat. Do I just need to jump? Do I need to do yumps? Why is it doing the one I don't want to grab? There's a reason for it? Oh. Is that the reason? I think if you're big, you can't go through the... Well, that's what I thought, right? So that's like... But it's like... Is that... Like, that makes sense, right? It's like a free check. But it's also like... Is it Whoops. Is it necessary? You know what I mean? In like a level that has none of those options? I guess they're trying to like stop, right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Boo, come here. Yay. Yay. We did it. We did it. Hypes. I like this over music. It's very good. This feels very Mario Maker. I think you could create this level in Mario Maker. Whoops, that was weird. Ah! Ate my jump. Play back the tapes. They ate my jump. There's I was just thinking, I was like, I made some adjustments to Stream Deck, and I was curious if they were working, and I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, it's like, it's been interesting because it's been nice in a lot of ways to like come back and like still have, you know, I'm not starting from scratch. I feel like me starting and stopping streaming is my IRL roguelike game. Because it's like every couple years I'm starting on level 0, but you know, I got new knowledge and I got new weapons and items, you know? Like the first time I started streaming, I was streaming on my MacBook Pro. That thing got abused. It was on like its 3rd screen. It was like years old. Also just streaming on a Mac. So I was like trying to use like OBS and like, at the time, I think BizHawk worked, or Nestopia or something. Some weird like ROM, emulator, because that's mostly what the Mac could handle while I was streaming. So I streamed Celeste the first time and it was jank. Like Celeste was too much for it. So then I think I started 0 camera for a couple, and then I was like, no, I want a camera. And I had this old microphone that I had bought for YouTube videos, from Dodie on YouTube. No, it was either Dodie, because I was like, she's a ukulele player that helped inspire me. Dodie Clark, or it was from Mecha Kitty, now known as Tessa Violet, because they had like, it's like an H1 mic, which is like a dual mic, and I had that, and I had like strapped that to like I had used a wire holder, like the Velcro ones for like cables, and I used that to hold that to like a stand of some sort, because it wasn't like made to be on a stand. It was like made to kind of be around. And oh, there's the H. That's good to know. We'll get through this level quick and easy. And then I had a green screen that I bought for like maybe $5 or $10 off Amazon. That was like nylon, not even nylon. Nylon's like way too nice. It was basically just plastic. It was a plastic sheet of green. And I had taken 2 of my kitchen chairs, and you know, they're H's, right? So they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this with my hands. How would I do this? They're like this. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Right, that's a chair. And then I stack the other one. I don't know what I'm trying to do. And gaming laptop, and it doesn't take much. Yeah, like the streaming portion, because like, I don't know, it's definitely like, it depends on like where your like RAM versus like video and everything. Definitely does make a difference when it comes to streaming. And then I was on Wi-Fi, and it wasn't good Wi-Fi like at all. Where I was at, I think like the fastest I had at the time was like 10 megs up and down, which is slow in today's standards, you know, but in 2019 it was the best that we had in the neighborhood. And yeah, so I took these 2 chairs, I like flipped one upside down, and then in its legs I nailed 2 nails into it, and then poked holes in my Wi-Fi here is dookie. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it definitely helps having better Wi-Fi, because when I moved back to San Diego in 2020, I had much better Wi-Fi and actually started streaming in HD, which is what we're streaming in now, at 5,000 megs, or 5,000 kilobits per second, or 5 megs. Yeah, and it goes pretty well. And yeah, I had poked 2 holes in that green screen, and that was my green screen stand. And then it wasn't doing so hot, so then I had to buy 2 lights. So I bought these like cheap, extremely hot, like standing lights for like $5 off Amazon. They were like dirt cheap, like not made well. They ended up falling apart. They actually like broke while I was still in that apartment, so it had to be within a year. Like, they had, like, melted themselves because they get so hot. Wept and Onyx got to live the heat of that green screen when I had, like, 3 of us shoved in my apartment with no AC, no fan because of sound, and just, like, hot lights. Like, I used to, like, it was stronger than an Easy Bake Oven, like, legitimately. And, yeah, that's how I started. And then, you know, I slowly... huge like shout outs to Weplong. He helped actually fund a lot of this because he helped me buy my first like PC, which is still the case I'm using at least. This is very much a ship of Theseus moment because I'm getting ready to replace the case, and then probably the process. I don't know. Probably either gonna do the case or the processor next. But like I've almost replaced everything. Like we got new RAM in it, we got new video cards in it, we got a new motherboard in it. Chip of Atheist. Yeah, whoops. Cook an egg with light streams live on Twitch. I mean, honestly, these ones are hot too, but they're not nearly it. Like I'm sweating from like how hot this room is. From like I got a ring light on and then 2 lights on my green screen right now, and they're like toasty. But I also have to use a transformer because I'm still using American lights. And I'm on 220 voltage now. Yeah, I mean, like, they work, but they are hot. I don't know if you got, like, LEDs or something that's better, because, like, that would be the move. That's why I tried to buy, and I bought these lights. Oh, yeah. Yep, that would be the difference, yeah. No, I was, like, running fluorescence. I'm still running fluorescence, actually. And then I bought LEDs, and then I was like, I bought them off Spanish Amazon, and I was hoping that they'd be 220, and I could just like plug them in, and that was scary. I don't know what would happen if I didn't do that. Okay, we don't have to jump over that. That's good to know. And yeah, they showed up with no plug. It was a wire your own lights, and that was really rough. Oh, USB, yeah. I was expecting a Kaizo block fully there. Preston Psyduck. Yeah, big old rips, dude. It was so unfortunate. It was so annoying. They showed up. And also, it's super annoying. So, like, I will say, like, Spain is not on the level of Amazon that America is. And, like, my apartment doesn't have, like, entrance for, like, just anybody. You know, like, we don't have, like, a code system or anything, so I'm trying to, like, figure that out. So they, like, flip out, and they'll, like, only deliver live. What the hey is going on? This is a weird level. What are these called? Ultra Star levels? Any of these levels that, like, use this thing? Okay. Rest in Psyduck. I didn't. It's randomized. Do another rip. It'll be something different. It's been it's been like that since 2019, actually, I think. Yeah, rest in pepperoni. H's easy. Yeah. So it changed right then at that moment. Yeah, I hate the new 60 FPS. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought about getting a new, like, webcam, too, you know, because I'm still running, like, the 1080p 30 FPS. But, that was, like, you know, I'm always, like, looking, you know. Also, if you guys haven't registered your twitching with your 1099s as an independent business, I highly recommend it because, you know, they're tax write-offs, everything you buy. And I know that I'm like living the Schitt's Creek meme right now, which I really love that. That's Dan and Eugene Levy. I really like that. Okay. This is an easy level. Really good show if you guys haven't seen it. These American numbers are foreign to me. That's valid. Oh, Canadians. Shaking my head, Canada. I've been using webcams, but I might start. I go back and forth. So I was doing, VTubing, I guess we could call it, a little bit with a shark. Because I don't know. I was like, it's a lot of work to get prettied up for stream, y'all. You know? And like, it's a lot of extra pressure, you know? And, they have a PNG tube app. Yeah, that's pretty good. I thought about changing to a PNG tuber thing for a while. Because that seems pretty cool, you know? And I was like, I have options for that, you know? Because and I've done some kind of PNG tube like streams in the past. Like when I was usually with some of the independent ones, if I'm doing any type of voice acting, I actually really like to not be on stream for that. Because I actually think it helps with the immersion of us in the game. So I've like learned that. That was like an interesting one because we did, To the Moon. I did a bunch of voice acting for that, but like, I go back and I watch it and be like, I like looking at myself and like, it takes you out of the, like game, you know, or the like immersion of the quote unquote voice acting. And so yeah, and so then I did a bunch of it. Most of my YouTube videos are cameraless, because it's just like, you know, this is a lot to set up every day to like do those videos and do stream. Like I leave it mostly set up, but you know, I'm also making meat in here, so it's like. Big hype. Oh, this is interesting. This reminds me of a level in Quickie 2. Ta-da! Maybe just something similar. This aesthetic I kind of like, kind of dislike. I don't like that the munchers look like bananas, because we hate bananas over here. Field of Dreams? Yeah, right? Bananas are gross. Whoa! Big emote! Look at all the bananas! Oh, I wasn't expecting that! Oh, that's very good. Oh, wow. Yep. Who are those? Who we got? We got, oh, your own banana! Oh, no! Ashley. Rona Code. Rona Code. And yours again! Oh, no! Yeah, I just haven't liked bananas in a long time. It's one of those things I love to like. You start a banana cult. I'm starting the anti-banana cult. We'll go to war. We meet at dawn on the battlefield. I mean, I accidentally started a narwhal cult, so I know. No, I just don't like bananas. I would love to love bananas. I do like fried plantains. Those are okay. And like, I'll mess with those. But yeah, it's just like, they're good for me. That's why I want them. Everybody's like, oh, you cramp while running? Like, you should eat bananas. And I'm like, yeah. Too bad that I find them absolutely repulsive. Like, I hate them in smoothies. They are the worst thing to put in a smoothie. You could put 100 things. You could put 2,500 Skittles whole Hershey's bar, 400 apples, 35 Red Bulls, 12 mangoes, 42 blackberries, and all that in that smoothie, and then you put in one banana, and your smoothie now tastes like banana. Like, every time. You can't hide it. It's too apparent. It's too stringy. H's. But yeah, yeah. And so, we already went on my banana rant about how banana flavored things aren't bananas, if you guys didn't know. Well, they are a banana, but they're a dead banana. Extinct banana, you know? But I guess if you don't know. Yeah, we like drove that banana because it was so delicious, and we made all the candy out of it. And then we drove it to extinction, kind of like the dodo bird. Has anybody been... Here's some more American things. To the world of Coke. Not like Scarface, but like Atlanta, Georgia. Too much of a monoculture. Makes sense. They, one of the new things, because I think it's when Delia and I went. The way you feel about bananas is how I feel. I fucking love sweet potatoes, but you know who's on that same page with you? Delia. Delia hates sweet potatoes. I think she says that they're too sweet and silky, which are like the two best reasons to like sweet potatoes. But, you know, we all have our preferences. Hate them. Yeah, love sweet potatoes. I could eat sweet potatoes 3 times a day. Yes, sweet and silky. 2 great adjectives. I actually had a Spanish dessert today. It was a date, like... It was a date brownie thing, but they put like chocolate, like they dipped the top in chocolate, so I had like hard chocolate on the top, and it was like a date brownie with like cinnamon and something else on it. It was so good. It's like native to like Andalusia, because yeah, that's just what they called it. And I was like, okay, but it was really good. It was very rich. I blame my parents for it, for hating sweet potatoes. Do they also hate sweet potatoes, or did they like force sweet potatoes on you, so now you're like traumatized to sweet potatoes? But yeah, the world of Coke, before I forget, they had like a bunch of, their new thing is that you can like mix your own flavors, and then you can like try them, yeah, which is cool. But yeah, they had some banana like thing, and it was gross. Oh yeah. So my parents are divorced. More than once, maybe. Long story, like, they were 2 teenagers who, like, basically got married because, to make my grandmother happy, and that's not a good reason to get married, kids. All of your Coke is made with cane sugar? Yeah, Gooch, that's why we always get, that's why I love being in San Diego, because I'd always get Mexican Coke, which is made with cane sugar, and it's much, much better. And comes in the glass bottles, which is way cooler. I used to, once a month, every Thursday on the ship was lasagna day. And man, was it the worst lasagna in the world. And so, we started, our team, it doesn't come in glass bottles, big rip. Man, did I hate that lasagna. It was the shittiest Stouffer's lasagna in the world. Somehow they made Stouffer's lasagna worse. And while we were in port, we'd go down to a place that was like near base, and for like $10, you would get a California burrito, which those who don't know what California burrito is, it's a carne asada, rest in puppies. It is a carne asada burrito with French fries in it, which is delicious and amazing. And so that became our like tradition on Thursdays, and I used to also go once a month. And there's a few places. We actually tried a different place every week for a long time and rated them all. So if you guys ever go to San Diego, let me know. And if you're interested in trying California burritos, I can tell you where to get the best meat, the best bang for your buck, the best salsa and the best all around just carne asada, because yes, they are different, because I would crave them differently, because sometimes you just want something that's really like meat forward and heavy, that's like a really good carne asada. But it's like, because there's actually a place that isn't. I'd have to hit my buddy up, but I got you. But yeah, we used to get Mexican Cokes with that all the time, and it was always like a good tradition. And then like other people found out and would hop on and be like, I think I gotta jump earlier there. Be like, oh man, can we get burritos too? And then we started like, honestly, we should have shut down the galley on the ship and just been like, hey, you guys can just pay us. We're on burrito run. And made like a deal with a local place. Yeah, I think I gotta jump quick. Not take a ride back like this whole level's taught me to do. Oops. But yeah, oh yeah, so parents divorced. Or that story. Anyways, it was very interesting growing up, and like jumping households for a while. Because two different, like, my mom's thing was you gotta try everything. You just gotta try it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's fine, you know? And there's no, like, pressure on, I gotta jump quick. Gotta jump quick. And then my dad, really my stepmom, her thing was, we put food on your plate. And, like, as long as you tried everything, you could have dessert at my mom's house. And I thought I personally think that's the better approach, right? You have to try everything. It's how I fell in love with pesto. Was, like, I was trying food at a farmer's market and was like, oh my god, this is so good. And now I like love pesto. My headphone died, so my game like out. Oh yeah, it's fully frozen. We'll beat this level and then raid over. But yeah, fully freaked out. Yeah, big old rest in peace. Rest in Psyduck. It cycled back. What? Not responding. Oh, SNES. But yeah, and then my dad's whole thing was like, we'll just throw on some game chops here. No? Game chops going. Some background. Oh? Hey, nice. Okay. This want to load yet? Nope. And yeah, I love sauerkraut. One of my faves. Absolutely. It is a requirement for all brats, hands down. And no rat. Oh my god. Killed. Oh, is it gonna let me play? Nope. Still frozen. But yeah, I think that was a good approach overall to like how you go about doing stuff. And then yeah, my stepmom was like, you have to eat everything. And there was like food that like I would be like, hey, I don't like this, I'm not going to eat it. And she'd be like, nope, I made it, you have to eat it. She had all kinds of crazy rules too. Like there was no cereal allowed to be consumed in the house after like 10 a.m. Her like thing was like, if you wanted breakfast, you would wake up for it. Then I'd be like a hungry kid who like couldn't eat breakfast until like she served lunch. It's like, really? So it was like, and like you're a teenager or whatever, so it's like, I don't know about you guys, I did not wake up before 10 teenage years. You know what I mean? I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to redo this whole level, which is gonna stink. But I think I have to kill SNES. It really did not like the audio source changing. It really freaked out. And like for that, it's like I ended up going to bed hungry because I'm like, I'm not eating this food I don't like, and I'm not gonna force myself to eat this food I dislike. And I'd sit there and I'm like, can I have dessert or anything? And she'd be like, nope, not until you eat your food, and you can't get seconds of anything that you did like. So like literally I was like, this kid was just like not a good strategy, you know, and it wasn't a good time. So like I literally would like go over there, I clean this house I barely live in, and all right, we're back. And yeah, it was just wild. It was a wild time. Oh yeah, we're back here. Okay. We're gonna beat this level and then we'll call it stream. But yeah, it's, you know, it wasn't a good approach, and I think there's like things I'm still like kind of, you know, not cool eating. And it just wasn't a good experience at all. Let me know if the game's picking up, because I am using speakers right now just to like get some sound and to like get through it. Specific meal times? Yeah, well, I'm like on specific meal times full time, because like when we're underway and on the ship and stuff, it's, you gotta abide by ship schedule. Sounds normal? Nice. Good to know. Good to know. It's a pretty smooth transition. Yeah, I turned them on and it's like, battery, 20%. I was like, oh, I had a feeling. I need to remember to plug them in after stream. And they're really annoying where they don't have, that's the quick jump area? No, we're currently pre-H again. Okay. Unfortunate. But easy enough. Easy enough. We got through this like pretty quick once. We can get through it again. I need to start doing the like exit thing above me, you know? I gotta do the Super Mario ROM hack player thing. I gotta remember to do that, you know? That way you guys know how many exits, and if we're doing all exits or just beating the game. Who knows, you know? Or do you only do that if you're doing all exits? I don't know. I think that might be the thing. But, you know, we want to fit in and be cool. You can't get too far away, you know? I don't know who sets the standards. Okay, it's another quick jump, actually, right? We jumped back there, but I actually don't think we needed to in hindsight. You know, but whatever works. Maybe if I do a later jump there, too, that might be easier. Then we can take that and do it on the second half. They're very, very similar. But the nice thing, though, with the ship, though, is, like, we do pretty... Well, I mean, you're kind of, like, stuck because you're, like... We'll do, like, extended meal hours, so, like, people can... Like, it's, like, 2 hours, but it's, like, for people who have, like, a watch that they can't leave. So it's, like, yeah, you have that 2-hour block, but it's, like, you're always, like, if you're a real sailor, you have an actual job that, like, you can't leave. And, something, you could build something like this in Game Builder's Garage. Yeah. I might have to check out. Actually, Skunk, I think you were mentioning that last time I was streaming, so I'm glad to see that you kept up with it. I think it's definitely something worth checking out. But, I've completely spaced out. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so it's like those 2-hour blocks. You really only get, like, you're gonna get off watch, and then it's like, alright, you got 45 minutes to eat. Otherwise, you're not gonna eat for hours. And, I don't know, you bring top ramen and other things underway for sure. They are saviors. Yeah, it teaches you how to make games. Yeah, I know some about it. I haven't seen, like, what its capabilities are. That's, like, the thing I'm probably the most interested in, to be honest. Ah! What the heck?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Rest in photosynthesis. To make literally anything. Horrible. 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 Easy access to nearly all of Switch's hardware. That's pretty cool. What was the... Gooch, you know this. There was a... Switch ROM that just got, like, crazy banned, right? Because, like, they got sued by Nintendo. Nice. Sweet, dude. ROM. Not sure. Or not ROM. What's the word I'm thinking of? If you play ROMs on? Emulator. That's the word. Thank you. Brain fried hard. Brain fried hard. Alright, you know what? Actually, let's take a look at this level. I know I said I was going to be done. I'm having a good time. Energetics, another one didn't get sued, but they got mega pressured and shit. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Everyone forgets about the infrared. Yo, everybody forgets about all kinds of stuff. Like, honestly. Like I was talking about this the other day. The Joy-Con is absolutely wild. Like, how much technology's in it is... Because, like, you got full gyros. You got... Yeah, Nintendo lawyers intimidated them. That's fair. What are we doing here? Why do I... Oh, I'm trying to get over it. Yeah, I have to get over it. Okay, I see. Yeah, this is... Yeah, just a little bit longer. One more game, Mom! This is Super Mario RPG music? Oh, nice. Yeah, oh yeah, but Joy-Cons, man. They have so much technology in them. They have, I saw Discord, like, start. Because it's like you have full gyroscopic, you have IR, you have wireless, you have single capability, dual capability. Like, they are very impressive for, like, what they are. And, like, I get that everybody gets, like, I don't think they honestly need all that technology. Because, like, you got motion sensing, you got Bluetooth connection, right? Like, they're just so packed. And it's like, yeah, like, people are like, I can't believe they're $60. And it's like, you're getting 2 controllers for $60. Like, I get that they, like, feel cheap or whatever. But, like, also, like, Delia's actually just had, like, major Joy-Con drift. And, like, she sent them in for full RFID. Yeah, good point, Skunk. Like, dude, so much, right? And she just, like, put them in and, like, sent them off. And, like, 2 weeks later, like, completely free. They sent them back. It was, like, easy. Like, you know, like, they're very supportive. They're very responsive on their care. Like, they took full ownership of the drift problems and are actively fixing them, you know? And honestly, what's crazy is my Joy-Cons I bought post... Oh, you snapped off... Oh, geez, yeah. Yeah, even crazier. Yeah, snapped off the Joy... Yeah. Snapped off the right stick and then totally free to fix. Absolutely wild, yeah. Which is super cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, I had warranty issues, but unfortunately my Japan is Japanese. That's fair. And because of that, Nintendo America cannot help me. And it was, like, a problem. I love the EU, dude. Like, honestly, when it comes to internet and privacy and forcing companies to do the right thing, the EU leads the way in a lot. You know, they're not perfect, but I will never not, like, be impressed. Alright, what are we doing? Also snapped off the stick, they came off. Interesting. I got a Stream Deck, and I really like it. And the Stream Deck actually has the ability to pair dual Joy-Cons, which is way harder than you think. Because I was building an at-home Stream Deck with a Raspberry Pi 3. Actually, no, a Raspberry Pi 0, because I needed the thinner one. And it wasn't very capable. Not nearly as capable as, like, my Stream Deck. But this was years before the Stream Deck. And I was trying to figure out how to properly code. And I don't code. I just steal other people's code. And like I was trying to like take people's codes and like adapt them and change them and like read about it. And this is way before ChatGPT too, you know. And I just, yeah, it's like, so, it was really difficult to figure out how to get 2 controllers to register as 1 or 2 on it. So the fact that, like, honestly, the Stream Deck is able to pair your Joy-Cons that way is really cool and I find very, very impressive. Folks kept asking me what I was playing when I told them, and I admitted it was Tetris 99. I was like, oh, no, yeah, Christopher's really excited for the Tetris Grandmaster run showcase. I think it's a race, maybe? And it's like all 4 Tetris Grandmaster games. And I was like, yeah, Delia, like, Tetris is that hard. That'll be cool to see at GDQ. I think that's like Friday, actually, because I think Friday I just have a block that says like I want to watch from 6:30 p.m. to like 9 or something, or like to like midnight, and it starts with the Tetris Grand speed run. Because yeah, Friday and Saturday this year at GDQ, guys, wild. We're talking Elden Ring played with a saxophone. We're talking Crazy Taxi with a with a live band backing them up. We got Wednesday, I think they're doing Super Mario Wii, Super Mario Bros. For the Wii while playing piano. We also got Fresh Hops, I think, is on Friday evening with Frozen Flygon, and made by Mori, and as previously stated. We got Kaizo 3 might be that day. Yeah. I'd like to see someone take a full-size Pro Controller. Kaizo 3! Yeah, it's a bonus game. I was watching, Lungfish 3000 is running that. Definitely check him out. Take a full-size Pro Controller and somehow stuff all the controls in something about 100%. 100%. Yeah, Lungfish is crazy good at Kaizo 3. Yeah, very impressive. Very good. Yeah, I was watching him do practices the other day. Very good. And then we have, we do have Mario Maker for the DS on Monday or Tuesday, which is exciting. So definitely something like we should talk about with Society. January 7th, I believe, which is really cool. And then we got Panga doing a rhythm game, Jew Beat, which will be really cool. And then what else is around that time? Super Mario World Race? Super Mario World 96 Exit Race, I think, is around that time. Friday evening. Which will be really cool. Wow, I didn't even jump. I feel like I can beat this level. Like, in the next 20 minutes for sure. That's the goal. 8:30. 8:30 is the new goal. 8:30 p.m. Ah! No, I think Delia has... I started doing F-Zero 99, and I was enjoying that for a while. But I also was getting, like, kind of mad at it. So I had to stop. Because people... That was wild. Because, hello? Hello? Why are you getting upset? I don't know why it's being weird. Concerning. But I think they're fun. I wish I played more of Mario 35, I think, when that came out. And then I really thought that, like, the SNES World Championship was going to be more like that, and it wasn't. and I didn't really enjoy it. Like, I played all of them and I beat all the challenges, and then I did the weekly challenge for like 2 weeks maybe, and then I was just like, yeah, this isn't. After that guy did the Donkey Kong original trick, like the glitch, and then I tried to do a different glitch on that same level, and Nintendo yelled at me being like, that glitch isn't authorized. Like, which glitches are, which ones aren't? Also, like, why are you telling me how to play your game from 1982? Like, very annoying. It was very unfortunate. Yeah, they do not know how to do speedrun stuff. Yeah, it was... They tried. I was excited for it. You know, it's like, it's Nintendo, it's speedrunning. It should be something that I absolutely love. And it just was not. I don't know what I'm doing there. Being dumb, honestly. Yeah, it was, yeah, 2 weeks, I think they got me, and then I just was like, I'm not interested. And I don't really like Chris, to be honest, so I was, like, tired of doing those challenges. I'm like, ugh. I'll play Metroid, I'll play Zelda 2, one of my faves. Also, I just didn't understand the purpose, you know? Like, I thought that they were going to, like, I thought it was, like, pretty good where it was, like, building on itself, but then some just made no sense. Like, they had, like, Mario ones that just, like, made no sense. Like, they wouldn't help you run the whole game. So, like, you had, like, 16 levels of just, like, collecting coins as fast as possible. I'm like, how is this helping me learn to speedrun? Especially when your final challenge is beat the whole game. Like, you haven't prepped me for that, and, like, trying to memorize this whole map that you've provided isn't helpful. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was cool that you gave me the full game for one of them, but, like, only for speedrun stuff. And then also, it's non-submittable because you don't die, you rewind. So it's not, like, leaderboard acceptable, you know? So it's like, I did, oh my god, no, dude, Gooch, I actually don't have any uploaded. My goal in 2021 was to be a part of the 5 Minute Club, the group that has beat SMB1 in under 5 minutes. I think I was getting, like, I think the closest I got was like a 5:45 or something. There is a lot to it, and it is, I started having that moment where it's one of those games where it's just so short and there's a lot of precision to it, especially with, like, paying attention to, like, the timer and making sure that you don't get the things. Still pretty impressive. Yeah, I should upload it. It's tough. It's honestly, it's really not that crazy until level 8, and then World 8 was just, like, killing me constantly. And so to do a whole run nearly perfect, and then to get to level 8 and die to Hammer Bro, because I missed, like, predicted its jump or whatever, or because I was, like, a little late and inconsistent, it really, like, destroyed my drive for it. And it's, yeah. I was getting a lot of them, but yeah. So I got, like, a couple runs in. I think, like, it started at, like, 6 something was, like, pretty good. Or started at, like, 7 something was, like, my first decent run. And then I was able to get down to, like, 6-ish. And then, yeah, that last, like, trying to get it to sub 6 for a little bit was, like, really irritating. And then eventually I just was like, I'm not gonna, like, for, like, mental health reasons, I'm like, I can't do this to myself. Because I was just going insane. Do you find non-Kaiser runs very intimidating? I find, my goal is to do a Kaizo run eventually. I think there's a lot more forgiveness in the Kaizo community in a lot of the games. You know, because there's not a ton of runners. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, you do this well and you get through it. And, like, if you can find yours, I don't think that the competition, this isn't, like, to talk down on anybody. The guys who run Kaizo are very impressive, and they run that game very well. But usually you don't see any Kaizo game with, you know, like, Super Mario World was really fun to do all castles, but it's like, you look at it, and Super Mario World is the #1 most sped-ran game, I believe. And so it's like, there's hundreds. But there's, like, you got to figure out your approach. I did Super Mario Odyssey. I did a run with Chips Live. He used to be a Society member as well back in the day. Now he's doing some independent game building. I'm actually game testing for him. I owe him a video here soon. I mean, doing some more level testing. But we did that race, and it was just like, let's do Odyssey, you know, and we're gonna get a month to practice as much as we can, and then we're gonna race it. And I got almost sub 2 hours. I kept dying on the final boss, because we were doing 80%, and we got, you know, like doing like 2 hours with like a month of practice or something. It was really fun, and at the end of the day, like I'm like 1096 on like the leaderboard. But it was a really fun thing to do. So sometimes you gotta like find an entryway or something to make it fun, you know? And like that's the thing. I think Teach really preaches it. He's a Celeste Link's Awakening runner. He's always like, he gets really mad when people bring up world records to him, because he's had a few like very impressive ones with like Celeste for a long time. And for the new Link's Awakening, the director or the Switch remake, and he was always like, I'm never doing it for the world record. He's always doing it for himself, and like to have that discipline and that mindset's really good. But you gotta like be smart about it. And I think with Kaizo, in a lot of ways, because it's such a difficulty, getting through a level consistently where it's like, okay, I got through 5 levels without dying or something, is impressive. And even though it might not have speed strat and you're doing everything as intended, it's like feels good to get through, you know? Meanwhile, it's like with, this is the game I'm running for GDQ. When we started, right, because like this is a brand new game. It came out November. It's just turned a year old this month. So it's like a lot of the speed strat's still being figured out. So it's like getting into it early has been a really interesting experience. I got into Katana Zero really early on as well. And so it's like when we started that, it was kind of like there's a lot of discovery going on. It was a lot of just, hey, who can execute this stuff the best, you know? And then you had a lot of people going out and like doing glitch hunting and doing route finding and like doing that, like doing levels and showing it. And so we have a lot of that going on right now with where Sharp CK71 is doing a lot of route finding with RZ Baka, which is neat in that sense. I forgot that I did this. Whoops. Cheating. So it's interesting in that sense. Then you set your goals, you know, and then it's not too bad. But I will say, yeah, things like Super Mario Bros. 1 is kind of an intimidating run, because if you got to figure out why you're doing it, you know? And it's like my goal was, you know, sub 5 minutes, which is very, very difficult and very, very hard. But it was enjoyable for a while. But that's the other thing with like speedrunning. I tell a lot of people, they get like 2 different opinions, and you have 2 different like lines of thought Groudon. You get like 2 different thoughts, which is like people like do a game you've never played before that you'll have fun, and then or do a game that you absolutely love. And I will say that it depends on who you are and how you run it. But some speedruns can drive you to love games more, and some can drive you to hate games. So you have to be careful and figure it out. You want to do Super Mario 11 exit, no cape, and SMB 3 any % warpless run. Nice, yeah, dude, that'd be super cool. I do a glitchless. I do the which is not a category, but I do the glitchless 11 exit, and that's fun. You know, I was aiming for like a pretty high glitchless score, because I think the glitch it's tricky and insane and not necessarily the most fun run. And then I did all castles for a really long time. I really like doing all castles. I'm like 49th in that, I think, out of like 200 maybe. So I was like pretty happy to be in like the top 25%. I didn't think I hit that. Thank you. But that was super fun. I really liked doing all castles, and it was just fun to play Super Mario World a ton. I actually did that I did that as a race, was one of the reasons I started that. It was Wendigo, Chips, and Aether was supposed to join us, but they ended up having some personal problems. And it was really fun, and we did all kinds of really fun incentives for it. And then I just really fell in love with us racing it. That I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this until I'm like happy with the time. It was really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of like doing a small only run would be really cool, I think, because with the all castles you do you end up missing a lot of the gameplay, and it's not as hard because you do end up flying over a lot of levels. Yeah, that was a bad jump. That was a bad jump too. We're doing a little cheating here for the stream. All right, for the stream, trying to get some practice in. All right, it's really this one. I haven't gone through it yet, and I don't know what to do. So we do that, and then that's bad. What if I just do this? Not that. Ouch. 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 Right. What if I just do this? I don't think that's what's intended, but I kind of like it. Alright, and then a vertical pipe. Okay, we can do this now. Now I know how to do that. It's not intended, but, you know. We'll get through this level now. SMB 3 is crazy because you got the hands at the end. That's one of those ones that I have not touched because I think I would get mad. I think I would get too mad where I do really good and then I get like the hand RNG that would like kill a PB, and I would lose my mind. Shoutouts to Mitch Flower Power. I didn't even jump. Yeah, World 8, least favorite. Yeah, same thing with SMB, dude. Like, what's more, like, what are they doing? Yeah, warpless, because you don't do that. That'd be, yeah, that makes sense. I really want to do Zelda 2 runs. I originally was going to do an any % run, and, another ukulele song. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. I don't know why that's still up there. That's an old webcam. Let me delete that. There you go. Alrighty. Put SMB3 hand right 100%. Alright, here's a song for me versus the... This is how I'd approach that, right? I haven't done this in a while. Then what is it? Oh man, it's been so long. Oh no. Alright, a song about SMB hand rage, we can do that. I was running in SMB3. I was on PB. I was sure to beat a new record, but it wasn't meant to be. No, 'cause the hands, they got me. They came out of nowhere and got me. They came out of the wall, they came out of the floor, and they came and got me. Oh, these hands, they drive me nuts. They leave me crying with my nuts. I don't know a word to rhyme, so whoops, that's all I got. I hope that was good for you, Gooch. Alright. Let's beat this level now. I believe in me. Alright. Time is it? Alright. Alright. Gotta get back into the... My hands are sweaty. We gotta get back into it. Also, I've never seen a beginner hack that's like... Well, I guess like a practice hack maybe, but with like... Bell jumps like this, I see why people are like, yeah... I mean, it gets crazier. Lungfish was like, oh, I remember Watermelon World. Let me show you like the hardest level and then beat it like first try. It's like... Thanks, Lungfish. Because we actually raided over there last week when we were running this. Yeah, it was fun. I do want to do a Kaizo run. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe like a quickie. Those are like one of my favorites. I did think about doing a cute world. I really do like those. Oh, jumped early. Alright. I'm happy we're getting that consistently, you know? No! Frickin' vertical pipes! Oh my god, I hate vertical pipes so much. There's like 10 clips of me yelling at them. That's why I appreciate Mario Maker makers who put the vines there. They're the true MVPs of the community. Oh my goodness. That was interesting. Not what I meant to do. Alright, we'll give it 10 more tries, and then I'm gonna raid over one. What? I despawned the shell. Rip. Well, that counts. That's 2. That's 3. I'm also saying, well, it's a switch palace, right? There shouldn't... The switch should be after the pipe. That's like how these go. I forgot to jump. I just ran into that muncher again. What am I doing? I'm scared to spin jump because I'm like, I'm gonna land on the shell, and I haven't even done that once. Alright, what is that? 5? 5? What am I doing there? Why am I being dumb? 6. This one doesn't count. 6 again. Like I said, doesn't count. I gotta at least get the first jump. That one counted. We got the first jump. Can I just say, like, I'm glad that I'm getting that consistency? Jumped late that time. I'm so worried about the time I jumped early. Doesn't count. Alright, this one's 7. I think. I can't count. Alright. Alright, 9. And 10. Oh, come on. All right. One last try. One last try. One last try. I feel like I can get it. This is what I was doing the other day with, on a level record, too. I like saw the pipe. We touched the pipe. Feels bad to quit, but we'll always have next week. And we'll just knock this one out first try. Alright. This is legit the last one. JK, this is legit the last one. I'm like, I don't have an addictive personality. Oh, alright. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong